Hello, my name is Rossella, and today I'm going to do the C paper included in this book published by the ABRSM in 2024. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, and don't forget to sign up to my newsletter to receive many teaching and learning resources, all for free. You might want to find out about my courses. The link is below and in the card up here, where you can find a 3-day bootcamp for terms in science from grade 1 to grade 5 and a fast track to a grade 5 theory exam that will allow you to prepare in the best possible way to your grade 5 theory in only 35 days. I'll see you there.
Section 1 starts with rhythm, and in the first question we are asked to circle the right time signatures for the given bars. First, the grouping. We see this group here, this group here, this group here. I will start from the easiest thing. I believe this is a crotchet. This is also a crotchet. And this looks like more than a crotchet because we have one crotchet just here, with these two things. And then this is another quaver. So here we have, so we need to count in quavers here. We have 3 quavers here, 2 quavers here, and 2 quavers here. Equals, oh my God, yes, 7. 7 quavers. There you go. In the next example, we have this big thing, this group, and then this group. Okay, this is a sextuplet and is equivalent to 4 of the same kind. So 4 quavers, which are equal to 2 crotchets or 1 minim. So this is 1 minim. This is equal to 2 of the same kind. So 2 crotchets equals 1 minim. And this is also another minim, 1 crochet plus 1 crochet. So we have 3 minims here, and this is the time signature. Easy. In the last example, we have 1 group here, 1 group here, and 1 group here. I feel that this is compound because of this duplet. 2 in the space of 3, so we have 3 semiquavers here. We have 1, 2, and 3 semiquavers here. And we have 1, 2, and 3 semiquavers here. So we are in 9 sixteenths, 9 semiquavers. Sorted. Easy peasy. Next question. In this question, we are asked to tick the box that shows this bar correctly rewritten in simple time. Now, compound time has 3 subdivisions, and if you don't know these things, there's a video about time signatures, and there's also Music Bites. The Music Bites series that has just started includes videos of any topic, random topics, in which you can revise and get deeper into any of the concepts and details about music. And it's meant to help everyone clarify things and then answer questions, explore more about something. Have a look. I'll link it below and up here. In this, so the 3 subdivisions of any compound time must become 2 subdivisions. So these 3 things cannot fit into 2 subdivisions. So we need a triplet sign. 2 things will fit perfectly, so we can cross the duplet symbol. 3 things again need a special symbol, and a dotted crochet becomes a crochet. Why did I not say anything about the time signature? Because all of the examples have 4/4, so we don't have to check, but the equivalent simple time of 12/8 is 4/4. Anyway, so where do we have this figure? 3, triplet, duplet, triplet, crochet. I believe is this. The difference between these 2 is the dotted crochet here. We can't have a dotted crochet in simple time unless we have a quaver afterwards or complicated. So this is the correct answer. Fantastic. Next question. In this question, we need to complete the sentences by adding a number in each. 6/4 is a compound time, and this is the key thing, made up of 3 plus 3 crochets, and every crochet is a dotted minim. So we have 2 dotted minims in a bar because it's this times 2. A minim, a double dotted minim, is equal to a number of semiquavers. So a double dotted minim means the minim has 8 semiquavers because 4 of them make a crochet, so we have 2, plus the dot is half of the minim, so it's another crochet. Let me write it here. So this is a minim, this is a crochet, and then the double dot is half of the half, so it's half of a crochet, is a quaver. And we have 2 semiquavers in a quaver. Now, if I calculate this right, so 4, 8, 12, 14. Sorry, I have to think in Italian if I count. So 14 semiquavers. That's it, sorted. Next question. In this question, we need to take the box that shows the bar correctly grouped. The time signature is 9/8, which means 9 quavers grouped in threes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. By the way, I have an ebook about time signatures. It explains everything you need to know about time signatures, and you can find it on the card up here, or I link it below as well. You should be able to find it as well in the products list here, but if not, check on my website. And it's very practical. People are telling me that it's very useful, and in one book, very cheap, you can keep all the information you need for grade 5 and beyond. So 9/8, where do we have 3 quavers, 3 quavers, 3 quavers? Okay, so let's start from here. This is very confusing. I start from the end. 1 quaver, and this semi-quaver is floating. No. Here we have 1 quaver, and 1 quaver. Yes, these 2 semiquavers. We have 1 semiquaver, the other semiquaver, making 1 quaver, and 1 quaver. So let me, and then we have 1 quaver, these 2, the dot and the semiquaver, and the other semiquaver, the other quaver with these 2 semiquavers. So the answer is this, but let's see why this is wrong. Same mistake as this. 2 quavers, and then the remaining quaver is only in the form of a semiquaver. So we have a semiquaver missing here. So no, this can be possible as well. The answer is this. Perfect, excellent. Next question. In this question, we need to tick across the box that shows whether the rests have been added correctly or incorrectly. Remember that here it is very important not just to count the number of, if the numbers add up, but you need to see if the grouping is correct. And again, I've just published a video from the series Theory Bites in which I talk about this, so have a look at it. But you will also find it in the ebook. The time signature is 2 halves, meaning 2 minims. So we need to have 1 minim and 1 minim. Here we have 1 minim and 1 minim. Correct. Fantastic. In the next bar, okay, so this is a minim, is on one side. This is 1 crochet, and look at here, to make the crochet, we need to, this is incorrect because the longer rest goes before, and this is maybe an example for another video. So they need to be flipped over, so this is incorrect. So the longer goes first, and then these 2 are paired up together. So in order to pair them up, we don't do the syncopation with rests, basically. The last one, okay, we can see here that we've got a crochet, 1 crochet, and then what's happening here? Same as before, we need to flip them round because this semiquavers goes with this. So we can have 1 crochet and then 1 semiquaver here. Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay, so it's not correct. So the value adds up correctly, but the order is incorrectly. And this is what I meant before when I warned you. I hope you got it right. Let me know it in the comment. Section 2. This section relates to pitch, and I've got an ebook about it. It's called The Musical Clefs, and it clears all the doubts about clefs and how to read them and harmonic equivalence and so forth. It doesn't tell you anything about transposition yet, but you can surely become super fluent when reading the notes in 4 clefs. Anyway, the tenor clef, here we need to tick a box that shows the name of this note. In the tenor clef, this is treble -1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to either watch a video that I link above or read the ebook. So this is middle C, Do, -1 is B, C. So here it is. Brilliant. In the next question, we need to find the enharmonic equivalent of this note. First, we need to read the note correctly by acknowledging the clef. Bass clef is treble plus 2, so this is Mi sharp. And the equivalent of Mi sharp, you know what, I'm going to write the keyboard here so I can use it also for the next one. Okay, so Mi sharp is this, and this is equivalent to either F, Fa, or G double flat, Sol double flat. In this case, I think we have G double flat, so this is the answer. Perfect. Amazing, I love it. So quick. Next question. In this question, we need to tick or cross each box to show whether the time signature and the 4 notes have been correctly transposed a minor third up. Now we need to do transposition, and you will find all the information about transposition in the ebook about intervals linked below or in the card up here. It is very useful, everyone tells me, and once they read it and watch the video that goes with it, everything is so clear, straightforward. It includes cheat sheets as well. I'd recommend you to have it. The key of this piece is G major and G major. A minor third up from G is 1.5 tones, so this is 1.5. This is B flat. The new key is B flat major. And the B flat major has 2 flats, and this is correct. By the way, I've published also a guide, a step-by-step guide for all the sections, or most of them. You can find section 1 in the description below. Section 2 is on the way to you, so I hope I can link it below as well. If not, go to my website and it's all in there. The next note is G. We're so lucky, we've done it already. It should be B flat. It is B flat. Perfect. The next note is Fa, and you need to really write the names of the notes, otherwise you confuse yourself with sharps or flats or whatever. Fa plus a minor third, 1, 2, and 3. A flat. This A is not flat, so this should be flat and is incorrect. The next note is Mi, E, and a minor third up is 1, 2, 3 is G. And this note is also G, Sol, so it's correct. Lastly, Do sharp, so C sharp, plus 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3 equals E, Mi. But this is E sharp, so it's incorrect. It should be natural. There you go. This is the final answer, and I hope it was clear and quick for you as well. Let me know. Last question of the section. In this question, we need to compare the 3 bars and circle true or false for each statement. To answer this, you need to remember this memorime. If the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? So, middle C in the alto clef is here. Middle C in bass clef is here. We can see that this is an octave above this bar. And middle C in bass clef is here. So we gather that A equals C, because this bar and this bar are the same. Middle C is here. And B, this bar, is an octave above. A and C plus 1 octave. Brilliant. So A and C are the same pitch. Yes. B is 1 octave higher than A. Yes, we just said that. And C is 1 octave lower than B. Yes, because this is middle C and this is the higher middle C. The higher C. Higher C. So all true this time. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's move on to section 3. This section relates to keys and scales. It's longer and it's also longer to answer some of the questions. Follow my step-by-step indications and you'll be fine. There's going to be a book as well about this. If you want to get it, sign up to my newsletter because I'm giving out as well lots of teaching and learning material for free. The key signatures with sharps must have this shape or this shape in the case for the tenor clef only. If they don't have it, they are incorrect. This is incorrect. This might be correct because I just said that the tenor clef has a different shape. This is incorrect because it's this shape and it has to be this shape. And this one might be correct. So which one of the two is correct? We need to check which note will be equivalent to this sharp. This is the alto clef, is treble plus 1. So this is F in treble clef plus 1 is G. This key signature starts from Sol, G, and it's incorrect because the key signatures with sharps must start or from Fa, F. So this is incorrect, and the right answer is the tenor clef. Sorted. Amazing. Next one, the key signatures with flats have all this shape, zigzagging and descending. This could be correct, this is incorrect, this is incorrect, and this could be correct. Okay, now let's check the pattern. Seems to be correct here, seems to be correct here. So finally we check the note that we start from. This is B, and so that could be correct, but this is also B in treble clef, so it's D in bass clef. This is incorrect, and the right answer is the treble clef. I hope this makes sense. If not, you need to get my ebook, you need to watch my video. I link it above about keys and scales. Everything is in there, but the ebook is more complete. Next question. Okay, this question is fairly long, but there's no shortcut. I know all of them, I'll tell you, but bear with me. We need the order of flats and sharps. So fun coloring gigantic drawings after eating breakfast, and big elephants ate dinosaurs, goat, cheese and figs. Brilliant. Now we check flat per flat and see what the key signature looks like. We are in the treble clef. This is Mi flat, this is B flat, this is Do flat, A flat, Sol flat and La flat that we've marked before. D is not flat and it should be. Why is it not flat? Because it's the leading note that has been raised. So this has been raised. It's natural from flat, and the leading note is the 7th degree. So the tonic is a semitone above, E flat minor. That's it. No. This is when there is a gap in the flats, it's this. But I think I need to make like a cheat sheet about this. So do subscribe to my newsletter, because this is how I'm going to send it out. Otherwise you'll miss it. This new melody is written in the bass clef and we have sharps. So off we go. Do sharp, Re sharp, La sharp, Fa sharp, Sol sharp, Do sharp, and Re sharp. Okay, when we have no gaps, nothing, this is the key signature and this is the last sharp, plus 1 semitone, A sharp equals B. So we are in B major. This is a major key, straightforward, that's it. Fantastic. Last example. We have flats, so I need to okay, we should rub them all out. This is in treble clef, so Re flat, Mi flat, La flat, B flat, and Mi flat is done already. We've got 4 flats in the key signature, so our key is major and it's A flat major, the penultimate flat. A flat. Brilliant. This is the quickest and safest way to answer this question. I hope it makes sense. Let me know it. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if you have other ways of solving this. Question 4. In this question, we have a scale. This is the C sharp harmonic scale, minor, ascending, and we need to tick the boxes to show the missing notes in the two scales, Now, the missing notes are the 6th and 7th degrees, and in the harmonic scale, the 7th degree is raised. So we need to remember this. The scale is in the alto clef, but don't worry, we can write the notes, the name of the notes down. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, and then do. Okay, we have do sharp, re sharp, mi, fa sharp, sol sharp, la. The key signature of C sharp minor is the same as E major, so it's got 4 sharps. Fun coloring gigantic drawings. La is not included, so it's normal A, as most students would say. It's like natural A. A natural. The second note is B. It's not included in the key signature, so it shouldn't be sharp, but it's the 7th degree. It has to be raised, so it has to be sharp. There you go. Done. So quick. Question 3. Another long question, but again, if you get my step-by-step guide to the whole section, you'll be literally amazed of how quick we can answer the questions here. We need to take the only clef that would make these 3 scales minor scales. Okay, first, the order of sharps and flats. Fa, do, sol, re, la, mi, si. And the flats is the sharps backwards. So si, mi, la, re, re, sol, do, fa. Perfect. Okay, we've got sharps in this key signature. If this is the treble clef, this is G sharp, and G sharp is the relative minor of B major. Now B major has 5 sharps, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, because this is the leading note raised, and it means that it was sharp in the in the key signature, and it has been raised further. So this could be G sharp minor, because if this is the melodic ascending scale, we have the 6th degree raised and the 7th degree raised. Let's see if this is confirmed. In the bass clef, this will be B sharp. B sharp minor doesn't exist. In the alto clef, treble +1, this is treble +2. This could be A sharp minor. A sharp minor is the relative minor of C sharp major, and it should have all the sharps, so this one should be sharp as well. So it can be. In the tenor clef, treble -1, this will be F sharp minor, relative minor of A major. It has only 3 sharps. So the answer is the treble clef. Brilliant. In the treble clef, this, sorry, I forgot to say, this is G sharp melodic. Okay, in the treble clef, this note will be called B. B minor has flats. B minor is the relative minor of D major, and it has sharps, so this flat can be, this is incorrect. In the bass clef, this is D, and D is the relative minor of F major with 1 flat, which will be this. And this sharp here indicates the leading note that has been raised. Therefore, this could be a harmonic descending scale. It could very much be. Let's exclude the other ones. In the alto clef, this is B+1 is C minor. C minor has 3 flats, not 1. And in the tenor clef, this is A minor. A minor has no flats, no sharps. Now we can understand this sharp for the leading note, but not this flat. So the answer is the bass clef, and the scale is D minor. Harmonic. Great, last one. In the treble clef, this would be A. A minor has no sharps and flats, so no. In the bass clef, this will be C. C minor has flats, so no. In the alto clef, this will be B minor. Now, B minor is the relative minor of D major with 2 sharps, but the 6 and 7 degrees might be raised, so it could be this. Let's exclude the last one. In the tenor clef, this will be G minor. G minor has flats, and this one has sharps. So the answer is the alto clef, and this is B minor melodic with the 6 and 7 degrees raised. So we have 2 sharps in the key signature plus 6 and 7 degrees. Sorted! Did you get your answers right? Let me know it in the comments. Next question. In this question, we need to circle true or false to indicate whether the two chromatic scales have been correctly or incorrectly written. Now, there are some rules about how to write correctly the chromatic scales, and you will find them in the ebook about keys and scales that you will find below, or in my products, or in section 3 in the ebook step-by-step guide to all the questions included in this section. Anyway, this is my keyboard. So long. 1, 2. Okay, now I never know how to do this because I've got no. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. This is the bass clef, and we are in. This is Mi flat, Re, Re flat, Do flat, B flat, B double flat. Yes, so far so good. Weird, but correct. A flat, Sol, So flat, Fa, Mi, and Mi flat. This scale is correct. Fantastic. Next one is ascending in treble clef. Re sharp, Mi, Fa, Fa sharp, Sol, So sharp, La sharp, Si, Do sharp, Re, Mi flat. I should have seen this before counting. The enharmonic equivalents are not allowed in chromatic scales, so this is false. Should have seen that in the first place, so I didn't have to count. Anyway, we've got it proved. True and false. Question 7. We need to circle true or false for each statement relating to the degrees of scales. There is a useful cheat sheet in the ebook, and you can get it also if you sign up to my newsletters, because I send out some useful things for free. The link is below. This note, which is Fa, is the submedian, so the 6th degree of A major. So A major has 3 sharps, and so first we count La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. It is the 6th degree, but it's supposed to be sharp because A major has 3 sharps and they include F. So this is false. This note, which is So sharp, is the supertonic, so the 2nd degree of F sharp minor. F sharp minor is the relative minor of A major that has, again, 3 sharps, and they include Sol. So yes, this is true. Lastly, this note, G, is the median, so the 3rd degree of E flat major. Okay, E flat major has 3 flats, and they don't include G because it's big elephant's 8, so B, Si, Mi, La. And so this statement is correct. There you go. We finished the longest and more painful section in the piece, in the exam. Let's move on to section 4. In this section, relating to intervals, we have 3 questions, and in the first one we need to identify the intervals. Now I need a keyboard. I'm going to write it here. In the exam you will need a keyboard to draw after the exam starts. Your scrap paper must be blank, but then when the exam starts you can write anything you want. Okay. Again, you can find what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you can get the ebook about intervals. I hope you can find it in the products on YouTube. If not, go to my website and go to ebooks. You find everything there. This is a third because 1, 2, and 3, there are 3 steps between these notes. This is C and this is Re flat. A major third should be made up of 2 tones. From B to D flat is only 1. So it means that the interval is not major, it's not minor, but it's 1 step further, so it's diminished. In this second example, we need to check the flats, otherwise we name the notes incorrectly. This is Fa and this is Do flat. Okay, if you miss that in your answering, then I'm sure that the interval that you found is wrong. So Fa Do is a fifth. Fa Sol La Si Do is a fifth. A perfect fifth is made up of 3.5 tones. Now we count 1, 2, 3.5, but actually this is Do flat. So the interval is not perfect, but is diminished. So again, diminished fifth. In the next example, we are in bass clef, so Re sharp and Sol double sharp. Okay, this is compound, so we need to we can put this up in octave and then either add the word compound to the interval that we find, or we add 7 to the number, the simple interval. Re Sol is a fourth, Re Mi Fa Sol is a fourth. A perfect fourth is made up of 2.5 tones. So from Re sharp, let's have a look. 1, 2.5, so this will be perfect, plus another half because it's G double sharp. So it's augmented. Now a compound augmented fourth is not here, but 4 plus 7 equals 11. So this is an augmented 11th. Excellent, sorted. Next one. Okay, we've got the keyboard, so we are sorted. In this question, we need to do the same as before, basically. So sharp and Re sharp. Okay, this is a compound interval, but we can make it simple. So sharp Re is a fifth, So La Si Do Re is a fifth. A perfect fifth is made up of 3.5 tones. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3.5. This is perfect. Now, it doesn't matter that is compound. In this case, we just need to identify the type. So yes, it's compound. Perfect. Next one, La flat and Fa flat. Okay, this is a 6. And to identify the 6, we can flip over the interval, so we can reverse it. And in this case, to remain within the stave, I'm going to put this up. Fa La is a third. So what type of third? Fa flat. A major third is made up of 2 tones, so let's count 1 and 2 because it's A flat. So this is a major third. A major third flipped over becomes a minor 6, so this is minor. I hope it makes sense, but it's in the ebook anyway. Next one, we have 3 sharps in this piece, and we need to be mindful of that because this is Fa sharp and C sharp. Okay, this is again another compound interval, but we make it simple and we simplify everything. This is a fourth. Fa Sol La Si is a fourth. A perfect fourth is made up of 2.5 tones. Let's count. 1, 2.5 plus another half because it's B sharp. So this interval is not perfect, but it's augmented. Augmented. Excellent. Done. Let's go on to the third question. In this question, we need to draw a note. And in the real exam, which is online, you can drag it. Keyboard. Super long. Okay. A major 7th. This is B flat first of all, because we have 2 flats in the key signature. To make a major 7th, we need to have a minor 2nd on the other side, the other way. So from B, we go like 1 down from B flat, and we find A. This is a minor 2nd, which flipped over becomes a major 7th. So this is it. Next one, augmented 6 from La flat. Again, let's use the flipping over technique. Okay, F, A flat. We need a diminished third. Okay, diminished third. So a third that is not minor, from major becomes minor, from minor, diminished. So 2 tones taken away. So from La flat, we go down 1 and 2. This F flat would make the interval major. Then we go back in to make it minor, and we go back in to make it diminished. So we need a sharp on F for sharp. Now we flip it over to make it augmented, and we write the exact note that we found before. Did you do it this way? How do you count otherwise? Let me know. My favorite, the octaves. Okay, this is mi. We write another E above. It's diminished, so not perfect, diminished. Flat. I love octaves. A compound minor third. We find a minor third first, and then we raise it up an octave. La flat, a minor third is 1.5 tones away, so it's 1.5 is C flat, flat. So once we find this, we write it properly an octave higher. That's it, sorted. I'm so happy. Section 5. This section relates to chords, and again you find one of my books and a video as well. The video is on YouTube, I link it above, and the book can be found either here in my products or in my website. So have a look. In the first question, we need to identify the degree of the chords that will be formed by the notes included in the bars. They include passage notes. The passage notes are notes that don't belong to the chord, but they are like we go through them to go from one note to another. First of all, we need the key of the piece, which is F major. Okay, and now we need to remember that the degrees could be 1, 2, 4, or 5. So let's have a look. We have Sol. Where do I write it? Maybe here. Sol, La, Si, and Re. Okay. If these notes are in order, it means in order of the scale. So if I play all of them, Sol, La, Si, Re. Look, the hand shape is this, which is incorrect. Okay. It's not a chord. I mean, it's incorrect. It's not a chord. This note shouldn't be there. So I need to cross out La. Sol is the bottom note, and for F major is the second degree. Fantastic. Next, we have, let's go in order. Fa, Sol, La, Do. Okay. Fa, Sol, La, Do. Fa, Sol, La, Do. Okay. Again, this is the shape, and this needs to be taken away. This is the passage note. The chord is called the F chord, F major chord, and it's the tonic. Next, we have Do, Re, Mi, Sol, Do, Re, Mi, and Sol. Same shape. Amazing. This should be taken away. So this is our passage note, and the chord is chord built on C, which for F major is the 5th degree. This cadence 1-5 is imperfect. We don't need it now, but we will have to answer that question in the second question. Let's go ahead. We've got Sol, Do, and Mi. So in order, the notes are Do, Mi, Sol. The chord is on C, and it's chord 5. F means one thing here, chord 1. And this is a perfect cadence. Brilliant. Done. Question 2. Remember, guys, that you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to my newsletter to help me going. Thank you. In this question, we need to do the same as before, but we need to tick the box that shows the right name for the cadence. We're in D major here. Let's write the notes in order. La, Mi, La, and do sharp. Okay, la is doubled, so let's put them in order. I think it's la, do, mi, la, si, do, re, mi. Okay, so it's la, do sharp and E. La is the bottom note of our chord, and for D major, A is the 5th degree, so this is chord 5. Here we've got re, fa sharp, la, and re doubled, so the bottom note is re, and it's 1. So it's 5-1 is the perfect cadence. The next example is in C major. So let's identify the notes one by one. Fa, do, fa, la. Okay, fa is doubled, and I think the order is fa, la, do. So fa, la, and do. The bottom note is F, and for C major is the 4th degree. Here we have do, do, mi, sol. Do is doubled, and this is the bottom note of our chord, which is chord 1. So 4-1 is the plagal cadence. I've got a video about the cadences that apparently is so helpful, I've been told. So go and have a look. Next question. In this final question of section 5, we need to go further deep into the chords, and we need to identify the inversion of each chord. The rest will all be the same. By the way, I just want to say thank you to all those who are donating me money. I really, really appreciate it, and it keeps me going and it makes me feel so appreciated. Thank you so, so much. We are in E minor, so we need to be mindful of the leading note that will be raised. So D will be raised. In fact, all the D's are raised. Anyway, so we have sol, si, mi, and then mi is doubled. So sol, si, mi in order is mi, sol, si. Okay, mi is the bottom note of our chord, and it's also the tonic. Now, at the bottom here on the score, do we have mi? Do we have sol, or do we have si? Here we have G, so the chord is 1B. It's so confusing calling the notes ABC, because then there's so much. These examples are called ABC. The inversions are called ABC. The notes are called ABC. Guys, I can't disagree more on calling the notes ABC. And I finish here because I'm fed up with this. I hate the notes ABC. So, do, mi, la. And then la is doubled. Okay, in order is, I think, la, do, mi. And so la, do, mi. The bottom note is A. For E minor is the 4th degree. Now, at the bottom here of our chord, do we have la, do we have do, or do we have mi? We have middle C. So the chord is 4B. There you go. Lastly, we have C, Si, Fa sharp and Re sharp. C is doubled, and the order is Si, Re, Fa. The bottom note is B. For E minor, this is the 5th degree. And here at the bottom, we have B. So this is 5A, or just 5. There you go, finished. Section 6. This section is about terms, signs and instruments, and I've got a lot to say. I'll be very quick. In my website you can find boot camps about grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, 4 and 5. If you don't see them, it means that I'm still doing them, but definitely up to grade 2 you find them, and grade 3 coming very soon. I've also published lots of videos about random terms. You can find them on TikTok. Some of them are on YouTube, not many. If you sign up to my newsletter, I send out sometimes flashcards about terms. So I can't say more about this. I've got everything you need. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and get my newsletters to receive useful discounts to my boot camps. And watch this space, because the fast track to grade 5 theory is coming. It's a course that will allow you to pass a theory exam in 35 days. Sonoro means resonant with rich tone. Langsam is slow in German, and rinforzando is reinforcing. There you go. Sorted. Next one. Embellishments. Which embellishment is this? When we have many notes is a trill. And when we have 3 notes is a mordent. Now, Is it upper mordant or lower mordant? It's upper because we go up. So this is upper mordant. Easy, quick. Next question. In this question, we need to circle true or false for each statement. If you want to know more about, in section 7, we have a piece of music to observe and answer the questions, a few questions about it. So in the first question, we need to compare these 3 bars with bar 6 of the cello part. And bar 6 of the cello part is in bass clef and starts with middle C, which is also sharp, but never mind, anyway, do sharp. Now, let's compare. This is middle C. In the alto clef, middle C is here. So this is already an octave above. In the treble clef, middle C is down here. So this is 2 octaves above. And in the tenor clef, this is middle C. So A equals B, and B is 2 octaves above. Sorry, yes, 2 octaves. Great. And A and B are 1 octave above the original. So let's see, only B. So we need to find the statement that says the right thing about being rewritten 1 octave higher. The only things that are 1 octave higher are A and C. So I think the second one is correct. Because this says only B. No, this says A and C. B and C are not the same, and A, B and C are not the same. So the only correct statement would be this one. A and C are correctly written 1 octave higher. This is middle C, and these are middle Cs, but they start 1 octave higher. So we have found it. Great. Question 2. The music should be played at a moderate speed. False, because schnell means fast in German. Now, when I was younger, I thought this was an L, because in the Italian way we write L's like this, but it's a P, ped. Pedal means to play quietly. No, it's the pedal. It's the pedal. It's the indication for pedal. I've always read it like lead, which means nothing. Funny. On the third beat of bar 2, so here, the cello sounds at a louder dynamic than the piano. Yes, because the piano has a mezzo piano indication, whereas the cello remains forte. So yes. The music ends on the tonic chord of B major. And the answer is yes, here it is. Look. Sheeny shiny. True. The largest interval between 2 notes next to each other in the cello part is a minor ninth. The wider interval is between bar 1 and 2. So this one here, this is Mi and F sharp, is a major ninth, not a minor ninth. So this is wrong. Sorted. Question 3. Which instrument could play the cello part without struggling? Okay, so not viola, it's a little bit too high for it. Not the trumpet, for the same reason. Not the clarinet, which is similar to viola as well in the range. So the only thing is the bassoon. Yeah, bassoon. It's in bass clef as well, so we can think about that too. And question 4, how many times the supertonic, so the second degree of E major, appears in bars 5 to 8 of the cello part? So the supertonic, the second degree of E major, is Fa sharp. How many times do we see F sharp in the cello part? Between bars 5 and 8 is 3. And here they are. Last question. In the last question, we need to add 2 numbers to complete the sentences. The rhythm and articulation in the right-hand piano part of bar 6 are the same as bar 5, the bar before, literally the bar before. There is a lower mordant in the last bar of the cello part, so bar 8. And with this, we have completed another exam paper. I hope it was useful. I know that you wanted it desperately. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!